Hi, my name's Steve Savage. I'm the BarstoolTender. Because let's face it, even if you're the best bartender in the world, what good is it if there's not someone sitting on my side of the bar to enjoy it? And that's my job. On the BarstoolTender, you're going to hear interesting stories about cocktails, beer, spirits, and cigars. And I'm going to share those with you, my experiences with them, and give you some great pointers and some interesting cocktail recipes that you can enjoy at home. Because let's face it, you deserve it. Today on the BarstoolTender, I'm going to start off with you where it all began for me. Basically, I was a straight whiskey beer person. I did not want to mix anything in my good whiskey. I wasn't about to dilute something I thought was perfect as it is. But I wandered into a speakeasy one night, and it was quite intriguing, and I got turned on to craft cocktails, like it or not. As a matter of fact, I was there, and I was teased into having a cocktail by the concept of an 8-minute hand-shaken gin fizz. Now, when I tasted it, it was like meringue, it was delicious, and it had a kick. Something delicious that has a kick. That was intriguing to me. So I started bringing friends back to a place called Single Barrel in San Jose. It no longer exists. It's now under the name of Haberdashers, but that's another story. For today, I want to tell you what cocktail was made for me and what it meant to me. Now, the concept behind Single Barrel was that you had to go to the bartender, and the bartender would talk with you about flavor profiles. And when I brought my wife there, he was having a conversation with her about what she liked and what she didn't like, and came up with a drink called the Derby that she thought was perfect. Now, instead of just ordering that gin fizz that I'd grown so fond of, I thought I'd try the same thing. I asked for a rye whiskey cocktail, and so that I could taste the whiskey, not fruity and not bitter. I learned a couple things. Number one, if you can taste the alcohol, it's spirit forward. Two, if it's not fruity, it's often herbaceous. And I would like to share with you the cocktail that I learned that day. And you may have already guessed what cocktail it is. The drink that Lee at Single Barrel made for me was called the Purgatory. It was actually invented by a man named Ted Kilgore in Missouri, who was a manager of the Monarch restaurant, and he made it for a friend of his who had had a hard day. It came with a warning: too many and you're there. It's spirit forward, it's herbaceous, it's not bitter, it's a delicious, simple and elegant cocktail. Now, Gaz Reagan, who is a cocktailian who writes an article in San Francisco Chronicle, talks about the layers of flavor in this cocktail, and truly it is magnificent. It uses both green chartreuse and Benedictine. Green chartreuse with 130 different herbs, and green chartreuse with 27 herbs and spices. And only 3 people on earth know the entire recipe for Benedictine. And today, I'm going to tell all of you. Just kidding. No, I'm afraid not. I'm going to use it, however, in making a fabulous cocktail. Blended splendidly, delicious, layers of flavor. I think you're really going to like it. Ted Kilgore made the Purgatory with Rittenhouse 100 rye whiskey, which I don't have. Delicious whiskey, I just don't have it. House whiskey here is Bullet rye whiskey. But I will tell you this: do not make this drink with cheap whiskey, or you end up with a cheap drink. You want good flavor, you need good ingredients. So, it starts with the rye whiskey, Benedictine, and green chartreuse. Green chartreuse is the only liqueur after which a color was named. And apparently it has become a thing. Because when I was turning on relatives to this in Texas, coming around the corner at a liquor mart, holding a bottle of Benedictine and a bottle of green chartreuse, the clerk looked at me and said, "Oh my God, he's going to jail." And trust me, you don't want to have too many of these in a row. So let's get started and make a cocktail. So we start with the rye whiskey, 2.5 measures over rocks. Quite a bit of rye whiskey, which is what gives it its kick. 3/4 a measure of Benedictine, and 3/4 a measure of green chartreuse. Stirred. Now, you see great bartenders and their stirring style. Yeah, I haven't got that. I don't make 200-300 drinks a night. So there you go. I'm probably not going to learn that in my lifetime, but I am impressed by it. Then, I would dump this into a sink, but the sink is behind you. Beautiful color to that. We add, just a lemon peel. Zested. Run around the rim. Little twist on that. And there you have it. A delicious, wonderful cocktail. I hope you enjoy it. I think you will. Cheers. See you next time on the Barstool Tender.